And you are?
Accent.
Olivia. And I'm Blake Barkoskie.
Caroline.
And I'm Bill, and we're the Barkoskie family. So we've joined Mandry United Methodist Church just over a year ago. We were in the process of looking for a new church home, and after visiting a couple of different churches, Blake had heard, of course we had passed by a number of times, but had heard about Mandry United Methodist. Of course we've seen the pumpkin patches and the Christmas trees, and having been married in a Methodist church, and certainly as Blake, having grown up in a Methodist church, we wanted to give it a shot. And from the moment we pulled into the parking lot and were immediately greeted by a helper, and we were led into the church and led in to take the kids to their classes, and just introduced. Everyone just made us feel warm and at home from that very first day, and ever since then, each and every Sunday that we've been here, and Wednesdays too, has just been an incredible experience, and we've certainly felt very blessed being here numerous times over, from the classes we've taken to the kids and the kids programs. In fact, I think our kids were well known before anyone knew our names. So, but we've certainly felt at home, and this has felt more like a family to us than probably anywhere that we've been thus far. So the story of our household stewardship journey, I think prior to when we truly embraced stewardship, we were probably like a lot of folks there. When we come in on a Sunday and it came time for the offering, it was what did we have in our pockets, or if we had a check, what could we write, and it was more about what we felt safe in giving or what was available at that time, and we really hadn't embraced the first fruits. And probably about three and a half years ago, I think, as we were going through and we're at another church, and we started meeting people and started listening to their stories about stewardship and giving and tithing. And I think for us, it tugged at Blake's heart first. She was certainly pushing to say, let's consider giving tithing, and me not having kind of fully opened up or embraced, I was looking more at well, can I put together a plan to ultimately get there? And so we just at that point we took the leap. I remember the first Sunday that we actually really truly embraced stewardship, and it was a memorable day for a number of reasons. That morning we got up, we had our family photo down at the fort in St. Augustine. Our neighborhood group that we were a part of, we went and volunteered that Saturday morning at the Boys and Girls Club in St. Augustine to paint and clean up and really get that going. We came home, and I had a co-worker who had lost her husband a few weeks back and needed some yard work and other things, and so got out in her yard and did some work for her. And that night we went to church, and we wrote our first true, I think, check, and where we truly embraced stewardship. And so it was an incredibly memorable day, and I'll never forget after that, I said, okay, we took the leap. Now I'm going to put my plan into action to make sure that I see the path. Thank you. That I see the path and how we get there. And what God basically did was we took that step, and where I thought I had a safe path to allow us from a budgetary standpoint to get there, I wasn't able to do it. And so basically it was like God said, you're truly taking a leap of faith, and we did, and we haven't looked back since.
So as Bill alluded to, when we first started this process, it really was just kind of based on our math that we'd calculated back when we were in high school, that $20 or whatever was in your pocket. But when we kind of made the decision that we wanted to be serious and truly give God just a small token of what He had blessed us, it really has become the priority in what we give. And when we sit down and we make our monthly budget, which we learned to do during Financial Peace University, it really just became a conscientious decision about what came first. And that's where, when we make our commitment in November, it will come from that again, and just really recognizing all that God's given us, and the good times and the bad. He's just always provided us. And taking that leap of faith has just been a tremendous blessing in our walk with Christ.
So if we could offer a word of encouragement, I think one of the important parts of our journey was listening to so many families prior prior to us really accepting this role of stewardship and getting our first fruits, we had heard so many countless families before talk about how it changed their lives when they gave, and that they just jumped into it and gave. And I think from our that tentative kind of taking that step, I think of the Indiana Jones movie where he's about to step into an abyss, and it's taking that leap of faith.
I think for me, there's a little bit of knowing that it's not always the glamorous side. To have a church of this side and of this magnitude, there's air conditions, there's toilet paper, there's supplies for the children's ministry, all the wonderful things that this church enables us to do, just not only inside the walls but outside the walls. It takes resources, and so if our family can do a small part in contributing that, so we can just not only grow as a church but just grow as a community, then we're making the right decision.
Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah of the world.